Move, cripple. The cruel words cut sharper than the ocean wind. On the busy Santa Monica Pier, laughter and music filled the air, yet all of it vanished for a little girl named Aria Lane, as a group of teenagers kicked her wheelchair and jeered. The Santa Monica Pier was alive that summer afternoon. Tourists lined up for funnel cakes, couples held hands under the carousel's glow, and the Pacific Ocean stretched endlessly beyond. Amid the joy and noise, Aria Lane, a 12-year-old girl with chestnut hair and soft hazel eyes, rolled her wheelchair slowly across the wooden boards. Aria had been born with spina bifida, leaving her legs paralyzed. Her mother worked double shifts as a nurse, and though money was tight, she always brought Aria to the pier on weekends. For Aria, this place was freedom, a chance to smell the salt air, hear the seagulls, and watch children ride the Ferris wheel. But freedom, that day, was stolen. A group of teenage boys, maybe 16 or 17, spotted her. Their laughter started as whispers, but quickly grew sharper. One kicked the wheel of her chair, sending it jarring sideways. Another leaned down, smirking. "Why even come here? You're taking up space." Aria's hands tightened on the armrests. She tried to ignore them, but their words stabbed deeper. "Move, cripple. You'll never walk like us." The cruelty was relentless, their voices blending with the crashing waves. Her throat tightened, tears threatening to fall. She wanted to disappear. And then, out of nowhere, everything changed. The growl of engines echoed across the pier. At first, people thought it was traffic, but no. It was motorcycles. Big, roaring, chrome-heavy bikes that drew every head to turn. One by one, they appeared. 10, 20, 30 bikers rolled in, leather vests catching the sunlight, their wheels thundering against the wooden planks. The bullies froze mid-taunt, their smirks fading into silence. At the center of the group was Ryder Cole, leader of a local biker club known as the Guardians. His beard was streaked with gray, his arms tattooed with stories of a rough life, but his eyes were gentle, the kind that had seen too much pain to allow more. He dismounted his bike, boots thudding against the wood, and knelt before Aria. "You okay, little angel?" he asked softly, his deep voice contrasting with the roar that had preceded him. Aria blinked, stunned. I think so." Ryder's gaze shifted to the bullies. His jaw tightened. He didn't need to say a word. The sheer wall of leather-clad bikers behind him spoke louder than any threat. The teens stumbled backward, their bravado melting like ice under fire. Within seconds, they were gone, swallowed by the crowd. Aria's lip trembled. For the first time all day, she felt safe. She felt seen. Ryder adjusted the strap of her bag and smiled. "No one's ever gonna hurt you when we're around. You hear me?" The bikers surrounded her chair like a fortress. Passers-by whispered, phones raised to capture the unbelievable sight. A fragile girl in a wheelchair, shielded by a sea of bikers who looked like warriors but acted like protectors. For Aria, it was the first time strangers had treated her not with pity, but with dignity. That day, she discovered that kindness could come from the unlikeliest people, the ones society often judged first. That night, Ryder couldn't sleep. The image of the little girl in the wheelchair haunted him, the tears in her eyes, the cruelty she endured. He had protected her once, but something inside told him his role in her life wasn't over yet. The Guardians weren't saints. They were rough men and women with broken pasts, living fast lives on open roads. But they lived by one code: protect those who couldn't protect themselves. And Ryder knew Aria needed more than a single moment of rescue. She needed ongoing support. The very next weekend, the biker club returned to Santa Monica Pier. Only this time, they weren't there to intimidate bullies. They were there for Aria. Word had spread fast. Videos of the bikers surrounding her had gone viral overnight. Millions watched, sharing captions like "Angels on Wheels" and "The Pier Guardians." But Aria didn't care about fame. She just wanted to feel safe again. When Ryder found her sitting quietly with her mother, he noticed the exhaustion on her mom's face. Her scrubs were wrinkled, her eyes rimmed red. She worked tirelessly, yet still couldn't afford many things Aria needed. "Ma'am," Ryder said respectfully. We'd like to help. Her mother blinked, startled. Help? How? Ryder exchanged glances with his brothers and sisters in leather. Then he crouched, looking at Arya. We're gonna make sure you roll through life in style. The bikers pooled their money, cash from side jobs, spare bills folded from worn wallets. Within weeks, they had raised enough to buy Arya a brand new custom wheelchair, sleek, lightweight, painted with her favorite colors, ocean blue and silver. The day they presented it, Arya's eyes widened in disbelief. Her small hands ran over the polished wheels, the glittering paint. Is this really for me? It's yours, Ryder said, his voice cracking with emotion. Because you deserve the best. You're braver than any of us. Tears streamed down Arya's cheeks as she hugged him tightly. Her mother stood behind her, sobbing silently, unable to believe that strangers, rough-looking bikers, had done what no one else had. But the Guardians didn't stop there. They began organizing charity rides, raising funds not only for Arya but for other disabled children across the city. Soon, kids in wheelchairs began showing up at the pier, each one welcomed like family. The bullies never dared return. The pier had become a sanctuary. For Arya, life changed. Where once she had feared going out, now she rode proudly in her blue-silver chair, escorted by a roar of motorcycles that drowned out every cruel word ever spoken to her. And for Ryder, he discovered something he hadn't felt in years: purpose. Protecting Arya reminded him that true strength wasn't about fear or intimidation. It was about lifting up those who had been pushed down.